Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on page 123 of your student journal. And our objective or goal for the day is today I will add mixed numbers using a model, period. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary today. And again, we're gonna see that it's the same vocabulary we've been discussing as they remind us that the numerator tells us how many parts we have. The denominator is how many parts our whole was partitioned or cut into. What an improper fraction is, and then what a mixed number. Okay, we are gonna read through our steps today. Step 1 says, draw and label the model for the first addend. Write the improper fraction. Step 2 says we're going to draw and label the model for the second addend and write the improper fraction. And then it says rewrite the addition equation with the improper fraction and solve. Show your answer as a mixed number and prove your answer using a model. So we're going to follow those steps today. We are going to change a few things. So you'll see when I do my first problem, it actually says to use a number line. We're not going to be using the number line strategy. We are only going to be using the area model strategy. So I am not going to be using a number line, and I would recommend for you not to use the number line either. I think the area model is a great model for this. It's a good strategy, and I think we're just going to stick with that one strategy for this lesson. So this says 1 1/4 plus 3 2/4. So my first step says draw and label the model for the first addend. So what does 1 1/4 look like? Well, it means I have 1 whole, and then I have 1/4. So the 4 means my whole was cut into 4 pieces, and the 1 means I have 1 of them. But then I also have this 1 whole. So this is 1 1/4. Now, because this one was partitioned, I'm going to partition this one the same into fourths. So 1 1/4 is actually the same as having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fourths. So 1 1/4 is the same as 5 fourths. Okay, so plus, they want me to add 3 2/4. So they want me to add 1 whole, 2 whole, 3 wholes. So I have 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, plus I have 2 fourths. So I have to partition it into fourths, and I have 2 of the 4 parts. So just like I did on this one, because this is partitioned into fourths, I'm going to partition them all into fourths. So how many fourths do I actually have on this side? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So those are equivalent. Okay, so what they want me to do is add them. They want me to add them. What do I have then? How many wholes do I have total? Well, let's add our wholes. I have 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, 4 wholes. So I have 4 wholes. And then how many parts do I have? I have 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts. So I have 3 fourths. So my answer is 4 3/4. If they wanted this as an improper fraction, I could just add them all up. I have 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 parts out of 4. So if I look up here, look how I did that. 5 plus 14 equals 19 fourths. So I'm just adding my numerator, and my denominator stays the same. Okay, let's try watching another one. This one actually wants me to use the model. Okay, so what do I have first? I have 3 wholes, 1, 2, 3 wholes, and then I have 4/8, so which means I have to divide or partition this one into eighths. Okay, so I have 3 wholes. And then on this, I only have 4 of the parts. Okay, so I can partition all of these into 4/8 as well. I like to do halves and then fourths and then eighths. So how many do I have total? Well, if I have 8 here and 8 here and 8 here, 3/8 is 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So 3 and 4/8 is the same as 28/8. Plus, they want me to add 2 wholes and 3/8. So I have 2 wholes and I have 3 out of 8. Okay, so let's go back and partition these into eighths also. So if I have 8 plus 8, that's 16, 17, 18, 19. So on this side, I have 19/8. Okay, so if I wanted to add them though, how many do I really have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wholes. Okay, so I have 5 wholes. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wholes. And then how many do I have here? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts, and they're each an eighth big, so 7/8. Okay, if I asked how many parts though do I have? Well, I have 8, 8, 8, 8, and 8, so 5/8 is 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. So I have 47/8. Which, if I added 28 plus 19, I would get 8 and 9 is 17. I would get the 47. So this would be the improper fraction answer, and this would be the mixed number answer. Okay, let's try some of those together. So we are on page 124. And our first one tells us to use a number line, but again, we're going to just use the area model strategy. So that we first have 2 and 1/2. So I have 2 wholes, and then I have 1/2. Okay, so what do we have? We have 2 wholes, 1, 2, and 1 out of the 2 parts. So if we cut this up, 2 and 1/2 is the same as saying I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna write it down here. So I have 5 halves. Okay, plus we're going to add to this 1 whole and 1/2. So I have 1 whole and 1/2. Okay. So 1 and 1/2 is the same as 1, 2, 3 halves. Okay, so what do we have total? Well, I have 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, and then I have 1, 2 out of 2 parts. Okay, so 2 out of 2 parts, whenever the numerator and the denominator are the same, that's equal to 1. Because imagine if I took this part and just moved it there, I would have a whole nother hole. I'd have 1 more hole if I just moved that over here. So 3 out of 2 is actually, 3 and 2 out of 2 is actually equal to 4. And if I look at it with improper fractions, 5 plus 3 is 8 halves. Which, does that make sense? Do I have 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts, and they're each out of a half. Okay, let's look at one more together. 4 and 3/5 plus 3 and 1/5. Okay, so I have 4 parts, 4 wholes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 3/5. So if we go back and divide all these up into fifths also, how many fifths do we really have? Well, I have 5, 5, 5, and 5. So 4 5s would be 20, 21, 22, 23 fifths. So we could rewrite 4 3/5 as 23 fifths plus, okay, now let's add our next one. 1, 2, 3 wholes, and then 1/5. Okay, so let's go back and partition these into fifths. So if I have 5 here, and 5 there, 3 5s is 15, so I have 16 on this side. Okay, so how many wholes do I actually have though? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wholes. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts out of the 5. So 7 4/5. Or, using improper fractions, I have 23 plus 16 is 39 fifths, which means this 7 4/5 is equivalent to 39 fifths. And does that make sense? Yes, because if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5s, 7 5s is 35, and then 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, again, we're not using the number line. We're just going to use the area model, and you have the next couple pages to do on your own. Have a great day.